Hello, and welcome to another one of my videos. And also happy slightly early Valentine's Day, because it should be coming up next couple days if I remember correctly. But due to this being Valentine's Day week, I wanted to do a video on love and love in Buddhism. Now, I've talked about love in brief in my videos. I've even talked about loving kindness. And with this video coming out shortly before Valentine's Day, I wanted to talk about true love. That was a question for me, and I know it is for a lot of you. Does Buddhism support love? Uh, Intimate love, I'll put it that way. And yes, Buddhists can. That is unless they are a devout monk. For a devout monk, it would break their vows and celibacy to be in a romantic sexual relationship. But for someone like me, or most of you watching this, a lay monk, or just a regular person seeking out knowledge, it's fine. I got these facts from the Thich Nhat Hanh Foundation, and Thich Nhat Hanh, he's taught several of the teachers that I follow. Jack Kornfield was one of the ones that he taught that I follow a lot. And on the foundational website, it mentions the 4 elements of true love, which I will put in my own words. But what Faye says is the Buddha is a teacher of love, true love. Love for Mother Earth should be true love. And if it is true love, it can bring a lot of happiness to you and Mother Earth. Romantic love, if it is true love, can also bring a lot of happiness. But if it is not true love, it will make you suffer and make the other person suffer as well. So on just that short paragraph that Faye talked about, in one video I brought up a lustful relationship. It's not true love. You're just in it for the physical pleasure. And y'all aren't connecting. You're just, all right, it's time to get it on. And then after that, you're pretty much part your ways and do your own thing. There's not much of a connection there. So if you have a lustful relationship, it's not true love. And I'm sure by now, or in very soon, you'll notice it'll be a suffering relationship. Then there's just a relationship where one person's using the other because they're higher status, or one person's latched onto the other because they're just overly attached. No, that is not a real relationship, and you'll experience suffering. You need to be able to lock together. That's the whole point of the relationship. You're 2 puzzle pieces, and you lock together, balance each other out. So we're going to go on to the elements now. Element 1 is loving kindness, which again I've talked about before. So this is going to be condensed. That is the capacity to offer kindness. If you cannot offer kindness to your romantic interest, then it won't work out. That stems to you as well. If you cannot love yourself, then how could you truly love another? Being in a bitter, one-sided relationship is never fun, and it will lead to the suffering for both of you. So what that's saying is, like I said a lot, if it's a one-sided relationship, and let's say you're the one loving them and they can't love you back, it's going to hurt you. And for the one that can't love them, but it's just in them for certain things, it's hurting them, and you're hurting yourself in the end. So you need to be able to show true kindness to that other partner. The second element is compassion. For this situation, I'll word this differently. That is to be aware of the other person's suffering and misfortune and wanting to help relieve that suffering. Relationships are supposed to be fairly equal. It's a delicate balance, which is why partners click together. You help keep each other from falling. So if you don't have the capacity for compassion toward the other, or vice versa, it may not work out. So again, that goes into the support basis. Every human being is going to come with baggage, whether it's a mental problem they had, past breakups, uh, physical problems, something. There is no such thing as a perfect human being. So you have to be able to accept their flaws and then be there to help them. Again, click together and balance each other out. You're supposed to help each other out. The third element, which I don't need to explain, I didn't even put much of a definition on here. It's joy. If you're together and one of you's crying all the time, or if you're yelling at each other all the time, or if you just don't feel comfortable together, there is no joy. You need joy to have a good relationship. Now, I'm not saying every relationship's perfect. Everyone's going to have their little fights. But if you're able to get past that fight, get to the point of being happy again, and reach that joy, then it's good. But if it's a constant everyday thing where it's obviously joyless, then it's not going to work out. So relationships rely on joy, on happiness. The fourth element is inclusiveness. That means you do not exclude their suffering. As I said, for compassion, you need to help each other out. Their suffering is your suffering, and your suffering is theirs. If you cannot be open to each other about your sufferings, then it may not work out. So, in relationships, as this is saying, and I said before, everyone comes with baggage. If you're not willing to accept that baggage, then it's not going to work out. If they're not willing to accept your baggage, then it's not going to work out. And at one point, you need to be open about that baggage. You need to be like, let's say, I had a breakup and this reminds me of them, so please don't do it. If you don't say that, then they're going to keep doing it and you're going to start suffering. Little things like that. So, not at first, obviously, not the first, second, or third date, but maybe a month or two into your relationship, you need to start opening up so they know the do's and don'ts of you, and the same for you to them. So a relationship is about being inclusive, accepting them for who they are, and being open. So these elements may sound strict or harsh, but think about it. It's honestly how a relationship is supposed to be. Let's just take away the fancy terms. 1, you need to be kind to each other. 2, you need to support each other. 3, you need to make each other happy. And 4, not off the rip, but eventually you have to open up to each other. 4 easy steps to a happy, lifetime-long relationship. And again, I would like to thank Thich Nhat Hanh Foundation for this information. And going back to the Valentine's Day, don't just be there for your lover for Valentine's Day. Be there for every close person to you. It'll make their day if you give them a card, piece of candy, say Happy Valentine's Day, something. A coworker. I'm planning on doing that myself. Just giving each of my coworker a little card with a piece of candy. It's going to make their day. They're having a bad day, bad week, and you're like, hey, Happy Valentine's Day. It'll brighten up your day. So for this true love, follow the elements and focus on your partner. And for Valentine's Day, being that it is a day of love, show everybody love. And I'm going to stop the video here for today. And thank you for joining me for Valentine's Day. And I love you all. And namaste. I'll see you next week.